Listen to me. There's something about Christmas that does something to people. Something that reaches into the chest of even the coldest heart and switches a light on. You feel it, don't you? Even if you say you don't celebrate it. Even if you say you're not bothered. You feel it. The air changes. The world slows down. Strangers look you in the eye. People who've been exhausted for 11 months straight suddenly find energy they didn't know they had. And it's not just the lights, or the music, or the smell of cinnamon in every shop you walk into. It's deeper than that. It's hope. It's the feeling that maybe, just maybe, the world isn't as heavy as we thought. Christmas brings magic back into a world that forgot how to believe in it. And I'm not talking about Santa Claus, or reindeer, or any of that. I'm talking about the magic of human beings remembering they're human. Remembering they can give without wanting something back. Remembering they can smile without a reason. Remembering they can forgive people they've been angry at all year. That's the real magic. That's what lights people up. For weeks leading up to it, we're different. We plan, we dream, we count down the days. We walk through shops and imagine the faces of people we love when they open what we've bought them. We put effort into things. We make time for things. We care about things. And in all that caring, all that giving, all that looking forward to something good, we feel alive again. Because here's the truth most people miss. Happiness isn't found in the moment. Happiness is found in the anticipation. It's in the build-up. It's in the hope that something good is coming. That's why we love Christmas so much. Not because of the day itself, but because we spend weeks believing something beautiful is on the way. And that belief changes everything. Suddenly, people who haven't spoken all year are calling each other. Families who've been too busy are making plans. Colleagues who barely say good morning are buying each other gifts. The whole world softens. The edges blur. We remember we're all just people trying to get through life. And for a short while, we decide to help each other do it. Even the people who complain about Christmas, who say it's too commercial, too fake, too forced, even they feel it. Because it's not about the shops or the adverts or the money, it's about connection. It's about the reminder that kindness still exists, that generosity is still possible, that we haven't lost the ability to care. And then it comes. The day, the dinner, the laughter, the chaos, the exhaustion, the joy. For a few precious hours, or maybe a couple of days, everything feels right. The stress disappears. The worries fade. We sit with the people we love, or the people we're learning to love, and we just exist. No deadlines, no pressure, just life. That's when you feel it most. That deep breath your soul's been waiting for all year. That moment when you're not thinking about tomorrow or yesterday. You're just here, just now, just present. And it feels like freedom. But then the clock keeps ticking. The calendar doesn't stop. The music fades, the lights come down, the food runs out, and slowly, that warm feeling in your chest starts to cool. The magic starts to leak away, and before you know it, you're staring at a new year with a knot in your stomach. Isn't that strange? The same people who were smiling last week are now panicking. The same hearts that were wide open are now clenched tight. The world that felt full of possibility now feels full of pressure. What happened? What changed? Nothing changed, except our focus. The new year should feel like hope on steroids. It should feel like a fresh page, a clean slate, a second chance. But for so many people it feels like fear. It feels like failure waiting to happen. It feels like all the things you didn't do last year are staring at you, waiting for you to disappoint them again. And that's the trap we fall into. We confuse a date on a calendar with a judgment on our lives. We think because one year ended and another began, we've somehow failed if we're not different. If we're not thinner, richer, happier, more successful, we think the new year is proof we're behind. Behind who? Behind what? Behind some imaginary timeline that doesn't even exist. You're not behind. You're exactly where you are. And that's exactly where you're supposed to be. But we panic anyway. We make resolutions we don't really want. We set goals we don't really believe in. We promise ourselves we'll be someone different, someone better, someone worthy. And all that pressure, all that fear, all that guilt, it crushes the joy we just felt. December said, "You are enough." January says, "Prove it." And that's the mistake, because the joy of Christmas wasn't about proving anything. It was about accepting everything. It was about being present, being grateful, being generous, being love instead of wanting it. The peace you felt wasn't because the world changed. It was because you did. You stopped chasing for a minute. You stopped stressing for a moment. You stopped judging yourself long enough to just be. So when the new year comes and the fear kicks in, you need to remember something. That same heart that was grateful in December is still in your chest in January. The same people who loved you last week still love you this week. The same chances, the same blessings, the same possibilities, they're all still there. You just stopped looking at them because you started looking at your to-do list instead. You're looking at what you haven't done instead of what you've survived. You're looking at numbers instead of moments. You're looking at resolutions instead of reality. And the reality is this: you don't need to become a new person. You just need to keep being the person you were at Christmas, the one who smiled more, who gave more, who hoped more, the one who believed life could be good. That person didn't disappear. You just forgot they were there. Here's what I need you to understand. Joy is not seasonal. Gratitude is not a holiday event. Peace is not something you get for 2 weeks in December and then lose when January arrives. These things are choices, daily choices, moment-by-moment choices. At Christmas, you chose to focus on what you had instead of what you lacked. You chose to celebrate people instead of judge them. You chose to give instead of keep. And all those choices made you feel alive, made you feel whole, made you feel like life was worth living. So why stop? Why wait until next December to feel that way again? Why does kindness have to have a season? Why does joy need a calendar date? Why does gratitude need a holiday to exist? It doesn't. You've just been taught to think it does. The world has trained you to believe that happiness is something that happens to you, that joy is something you wait for, that peace is something you find when the conditions are right. But that's a lie. Christmas proves it's a lie, because nothing about Christmas is actually special except the way you choose to see it. The same family you celebrate in December is the same family you have in March, the same home you decorate. In winter is the same home you live in all year. The same heart that feels full on Christmas Day is the same heart beating in your chest right now. Nothing changed but your perspective. You made Christmas magical. You created that joy. You built that warmth. It wasn't given to you. You chose it, so choose it again. Choose it in January. Choose it in April. Choose it on a random Tuesday when nothing special is happening. Choose it when you're tired. Choose it when you're broke. Choose it when you're lonely. Choose it anyway, because joy is not something you find. Joy is something you create. And you've already proven you know how to do it. Think about what made Christmas feel so good. It wasn't the presents, although they were nice. It wasn't the food, although it was too much. It wasn't the decorations, although they were beautiful. It was the giving. It was the connection. It was the love. It was the reminder that we're not alone in this world. That doesn't go away on January 1st. That's still available to you. Every single day, you can still give. You can still connect. You can still love. You can still remind people they're not alone. And when you do that, you'll feel that Christmas joy again. Because that joy was never about the holiday. It was about your heart. But I know what happens. I know how the world pulls you back. January comes and so does reality. Bills stack up. Work starts again. Routines return. The alarm goes off too early. The coffee isn't strong enough. The weather is miserable. And all those resolutions you made, they start feeling like chains instead of choices. You said you'd go to the gym. Now you feel guilty when you don't. You said you'd save money. Now you feel like a failure when you spend. You said you'd change. Now you feel like the same old you. And the pressure builds. And the joy fades. And you tell yourself you'll try again next year. No more of that. No more waiting for the perfect moment to be happy. No more putting your life on hold until you've earned the right to enjoy it. No more treating joy like a reward you haven't qualified for yet. You are alive. That's the qualification. You woke up today. That's the achievement. You made it through another year. That's the victory. Stop waiting for permission to celebrate that. Stop waiting for December to be grateful for it. The new year doesn't care if you're ready. It's coming anyway. And you can either panic or you can prepare. You can either fear it or you can face it. You can either see it as a test you're about to fail or an opportunity you're about to grab. And here's how you grab it. You stop trying to be perfect. You stop trying to fix everything at once. You stop trying to become someone you're not. Instead, you focus on one thing. Just one thing. Being grateful for what you already are. Because gratitude kills fear. Gratitude destroys panic. Gratitude silences every voice in your head telling you you're not enough. When you're truly grateful, you can't be anxious. It's impossible. The two can't exist in the same space. So if you want to keep the joy of Christmas alive in January, start with gratitude. Wake up and be thankful you woke up. Eat and be thankful you have food. Walk and be thankful your legs work. Speak and be thankful someone will listen. Exist and be thankful you're here to do it. It sounds simple because it is simple. We just make it complicated. We think joy has to be loud. Success has to be massive. Happiness has to be perfect. But the best things in life are quiet. They're small. They're ordinary. And when you stop chasing the extraordinary long enough to appreciate the ordinary, you realize you've had everything you needed all along. That's what Christmas does. It makes ordinary things feel special. A meal becomes a feast. A living room becomes a gathering place. A normal Tuesday becomes a memory. And it's not because anything changed about those things. It's because you decided they mattered. So decide that again. Decide that your life matters. Decide that your ordinary days are worth celebrating. Decide that you don't need a holiday to appreciate the people you love or the life you have. I know the world makes this hard. I know there's pressure everywhere. Social media showing you everyone else's highlight reel. Society telling you you're not successful enough, not pretty enough, not happy enough. Everyone around you pretending they've got it all figured out when they're just as lost as you are. But you can't control any of that. You can only control your reaction to it. And your reaction should be this: I refuse to let the world steal my joy. I refuse to let comparison rob my peace. I refuse to measure my worth by someone else's timeline. You are not in competition with anyone. You are not racing against a clock. You are not falling behind. You are walking your path at your pace, and that's exactly what you should be doing. The panic that comes with the new year is just fear dressed up as motivation. It's anxiety pretending to be ambition. It's the voice in your head that says you're not doing enough. You're not being enough. You're not enough. And that voice is a liar. You are enough. Right now, as you are, with all your flaws and failures and messy parts, you are enough. And the sooner you believe that, the sooner you'll stop panicking and start living. So this year, I want you to make one promise. Not a resolution, not a goal, a promise. Promise yourself you will not let your joy be seasonal. Promise yourself you will not wait for December to smile. Promise yourself you will carry that Christmas spirit into every month, every week, every day. When February comes and it's cold and dark and everyone's miserable, you bring the warmth. When June comes and everyone's too busy to care, you bring the kindness. When September comes and everyone's stressed about what's next, you bring the peace. You be the reminder that life is still good, that people still matter, that joy still exists. Because someone needs to be that person. Someone needs to hold on to hope when everyone else is letting it go. Someone needs to believe in magic when everyone else says it's childish. Why not let that someone be you? The world has enough people who panic, enough people who complain, enough people who give up in January and wait until next December to try again. The world needs people who stay grateful, who stay hopeful, who stay kind even when it's hard, who keep going even when no one's watching. That's how you win. Not by being perfect, not by achieving every goal, not by becoming someone different. You win by staying true to who you are. You win by keeping your heart soft when the world tries to harden it. You win by choosing joy even when fear is louder. And yes, there will be hard days. Days when you don't feel grateful. Days when joy feels impossible. Days when all you want to do is give up. But those days don't define you. How you respond to them does. And if you can find one small thing to be thankful for on your worst day, you're stronger than you think. Maybe it's the sun coming through your window. Maybe it's a message from a friend. Maybe it's just the fact that you survived another hard moment. Whatever it is, hold on to it. Let it remind you that even in darkness, there's still light. Even in pain, there's still hope. Even when everything feels wrong, something is still right. That's the gift Christmas gives us. The reminder that light exists, that joy is real, that life can be beautiful. And the new year tests whether we'll remember that lesson when the decorations come down and the music stops. Most people forget. Most people go back to worrying, stressing, chasing, struggling. But you don't have to be most people. You can be the one who remembers, the one who carries the light forward, the one who makes every month feel like December, because you choose to live with gratitude and love. So when everyone else starts panicking about the new year, you stay calm. When everyone else starts rushing, you stay steady. When everyone else starts doubting, you stay believing. Not because everything is perfect, not because life is easy, but because you decided that joy is not negotiable, peace is not optional, gratitude is not seasonal. You decided that you will live fully, love deeply, give generously, every single day. Not just when the calendar says it's time to celebrate, not just when things are going well, but always, in every moment, in every season. That's the secret. That's what keeps the Christmas spirit alive long after the tree comes down. That's what turns panic into peace, fear into faith, worry into wonder. It's the decision to keep choosing joy even when the world gives you every reason not to. And I promise you this, when next Christmas comes around, you won't be looking for peace because you'll already have it. You won't be searching for joy because you'll be living it. You won't be waiting for the magic to return because you'll realize it never left. It was in you all along. So stop panicking. Stop fearing. Stop waiting for the right time to be happy. The right time is now. The right place is here. The right person is you. Take that Christmas joy, that light, that love, and carry it with you into January, into every month, into every moment. Let gratitude be your daily gift. Let kindness be your constant choice. Let hope be your forever song. You don't need a reason to feel joy. You don't need permission to be grateful. You don't need a holiday to love life. You just need to decide that you will, and then do it, again and again and again. The year will change, the seasons will shift, the world will keep spinning. But your spirit decides what stays. Your heart decides what matters. Your choices decide who you become. So lift your head, smile, be thankful. Remember who you are. Remember what you survived. Remember what you built. Remember that you have everything you need to create the life you want. Christmas joy, New Year panic. Both are choices. Both are mindsets. Both are up to you. Choose joy. Choose gratitude. Choose peace. Choose to live every day like it matters because it does. Choose to love every moment like it's precious because it is. Choose to believe life is beautiful because when you do, it becomes beautiful. Now go live it, go be it. Go show the world what happens when someone refuses to let the light go out. That someone is you, and your time is now.